was founded on immigrants, by immigrants. And this country has always been the land of opportunity and a place to go, the last haven of a place to go to get an opportunity, to be able to start a life and do something that you weren't able to do someplace else. Do we need to have better immigration laws? Yes. Illegal aliens, or I hate to use it, illegal immigrants that are here need to go home. They need to go back. If we are illegally in another country, they don't think twice about shooting us right back here. You can hardly get a visa in some countries unless you're only going to stay for a few days. So we need to clean up those laws, but my fear is that the Congress that we have right now will add so many other amendments to it and so many other things to it that we won't recognize it as an immigration reform. It'll be something else that'll be taxed to us, and we'll end up paying for the immigrants that are here illegally. So what we need to do is really and truly think about how we were founded and make the law and change the law so that we are protected.
Thank you.
Illegal immigration costs this country roughly $341 billion a year. They need to be deported. And then they come back the right way. They come back legally. They work hard to look for a job. They pay their taxes. They follow the laws. They embrace the culture without losing theirs. Because when your first act to becoming a citizen of the United States is illegal, what does that tell them? That tells them that you can do whatever you want because our government's not, we don't care. It cannot continue. Our country cannot continue with the immigration policy, or the lack of immigration policy that we have. It is just one of the other things destroying our country. Also, we cannot totally be secure from outside forces when we cannot even be totally secure with inside issues.
If I told you there were 10,000 murders in a country just in the last 2 years, you'd probably think Iraq, Afghanistan. No, the fact of the matter is it's right across the border in Juarez, Mexico, just on our borders. That's how dangerous that border is. Right now there are 5,000 young men and women from the National Guard who are helping defend that border. And as you heard tonight, it's a very large border and very difficult to maintain. Hundreds of thousands of people come across that. And yeah, I understand why they're coming here. They're coming for the reasons of a better life. But you realize that there could be terrorists also sneaking across those same borders? That's why it's so important that we secure our borders. We have a system called E-Verify that employers can use and check on the documents for everybody who works for them. That's what we need to do. Secure our borders and make sure that everybody who's working in this country is working here legally. Thank you.
Our Democratic friend down here to your left reminded me of a theme here on the immigration matter. I feel at the heart of our concern and frustration about immigration is really insecurity about our jobs and our economy. And we haven't had a chance to talk about it enough tonight. One of the ways we deal with that problem is to get this economy red hot. And the way you do that is you cut up the federal credit card, you put a flat, simple tax in place and dump the IRS code into a big dumpster and bury it in the landfill. Then you enact a balanced budget amendment to the Constitution. For God's sake, we have one in most states. We have it in my business. My wife imposes one on me. Why can't we have one in the federal government? Okay? Now look, when we turn this economy on fire, then we're going to need good men and women, and if they want to come, immigrants want to come in the front door and join us here, and we have full employment, then we'll have a little different attitude.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the congressional part of the debate.
Trying times, but we live in an amazing country. Ronald Reagan once said that I do not believe in a fate that will come to our country no matter what we do, but I do believe in a fate that will come to our country if we do nothing. You all know that on a sunny spring Friday evening, you're here because you care about your country. The people up here on this stage are here because they care about our country. I'm going to ask you to take your vote tonight very seriously. I know you know that it should be serious. This is not practice for 212 or 214. If we want to make a difference in Washington, we've got to send some new folks there. Frankly, Congressman Burton has been a pretty reliable vote through much of his career, but he's been there for 28 years. If you like what you've heard tonight, I need your support, and I would appreciate your vote. Again, I'm Luke Messer. Thank you.
My mom has taught me a lot in life, and one of the things she taught me is you want to know about somebody, talk to their friends, talk to their neighbors, talk to people they work with. That's why I'm so proud in my time as a public servant that I am the only person on this stage who's ranked A+ with the NRA, because I'm a listener and a problem solver. And when people wanted to publicize your gun permit information, I led the charge to make it private just a few weeks ago. That's why one of the proudest moments of my life as a servant leader was last week when the Indiana Farm Bureau endorsed me for this race. 280,000 members, 80,000 farmers, all pledged to help me take out Dan Burton. That's why I joined St. Joe County Right to Life when I was 18 years old, not when I decided to run for public office. Please vote tonight for Mike Murphy, the man with the plan. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight to share my views. With me tonight is my beautiful wife sitting there in about the 4th row. And I care deeply about my country. I'm a husband and I'm a father of 3 young children. I'm so proud to have the opportunity to run in this race. As a son of immigrant parents, I can't tell you how inspiring it was for me to go down to the Secretary of State's office several weeks ago and to turn in my candidacy for the U.S. House of Representatives. I had an overwhelming sense of joy and patriotism. I called my wife right away and I said, Amy, I know this sounds corny, but this is such a great country, and I am so proud to be running for the U.S. House of Representatives. I will tell you, if I can get your support, you're going to get no better and harder public servant than me. Thank you.
Thank you for me also for having us here tonight. I encompass all of the good attributes of every member up here, that's standing up here beside me. I am that single mother that raised a son. I am that businesswoman who has experience in doing business plans and working internationally, and I manage a $100 billion product line. I am that woman who has a granddaughter who has cerebral palsy and walks with a walker. I am the woman who has a sister who had Down syndrome, and I grew up in a household with special needs child. I am not a lawyer, so when I talk to you, you're going to get the straight scoop from me. I don't know everything because I just started in public life, but I can tell you that I will shoot straight with you, and I will represent your voice in Congress.
Thank you also for allowing me this time. There are a few things I think that we need to take care of and we have to understand. As a teacher, the Department of Education needs to be abolished. Federal Reserve needs to be audited and abolished. Department of Energy needs to be abolished. The problem we have here is we all here basically are pretty close in what we feel. We are, for the most part, we're pretty close. What we have to understand is we are in the fight for our lives. Policy, or what I have done in the past, is not going to cut it now. You need a fighter. You need somebody that's not afraid of them. I was a police officer. I was shot at. They do not scare me. They don't. They don't scare me. I want this country back. I'm the person that's the most like you. I'm the one that's out teaching your children. I'm the one who's out serving, trying to protect you in the city of Marion. We are in the fight of our lives, and you need a fighter.